Hello, my name is Emily, as you may or may not know, and today we are going to be talking about types of comments on the internet that some people might find annoying, irksome, perhaps even a little bit irritating. And by people, I mean low-key me. You know, it's not like these comments are overtly ruining my day, right? But, you know, it's not making me feel like I got a promotion at work either. Though sometimes getting a promotion at work is a bad thing because it means more work. I remember when I was a nurse and they would like try and make me do higher things. I would be like, I'm glad that you think I'm competent, but I don't want to do all of this anyways. So yes, annoying comments on the internet. Trust and believe, there are many. There are many, unfortunately. I know a lot of you guys are new here, which... welcome to the party. But I've been on the internet for over 10 years. Okay, a decade. My internet presence is old enough to be in 5th grade crying at the kitchen table over math homework. My internet presence is as old as a child that, you know, you can kind of start to see the repercussions of always giving them the iPad when they were a baby. You know, it's like, they're old enough now developmentally to see, oh, maybe we did something wrong. You know, I'm practically a vet. A veteran at the ripe age of 25. Which I know to Gen Alpha probably does genuinely sound old as fucking bones. 25. They're like, yeah, no, a veteran at 25, that sounds right. So y'all, I have had my fair share of receiving annoying comments, seeing my peers receive annoying comments, and you don't need to be an influencer or a content creator to know that people are annoying on the internet. Like, that's just like, you know, yeah. Pyramids spotted in Egypt. You know, people can make an entire career out of being annoying on the internet. It's not necessarily an untapped market, okay? Some may argue that I'm even a participant. But hey, being annoying on the internet, it's a lot harder than it looks. A lot harder than it looks, okay? It takes a lot of brainstorming, organization, creativity, which is why it's such a good thing that we have today's sponsor, Milanote, to help us with that. Milanote is a tool for organizing your creative projects, providing an online canvas for you to plan, brainstorm, and collaborate on your ideas. It's a great resource for creatives, like myself, because it allows you to organize your thoughts and ideas in a visual way that makes sense to you. So if you're a filmmaker, or an interior designer, or a writer, or a student, Milanote is here to help you with your process and organize your work. There are over 100 different templates for different purposes, so no matter what kind of creative project you're making, Milanote has assets to help. I use Milanote to help me plan this video, separating things into a main overview and then pre-production and post-production. I like using Milanote because I can have things essentially in one place, but I can also put things in separate sections so I don't get overwhelmed with the amount of information in one singular area. And because creative projects are also often collaborative projects, you're able to share your board with other people, whether that be people on your team or just another creative in general, so that you can get their feedback on your board. For example, I shared my board with Milanote so that I could get feedback on my designs. Milanote is available for free with no time limit, so make sure to sign up for your free Milanote account by clicking on the link in the description below. And thank you to Milanote for sponsoring today's video. Anyways, listen, back to comments online. I understand freedom of speech, right? I get it. Hey, you have it. I have it. Why don't we all use it in, you know, appropriate ways? It's not against the law to be annoying, okay? If that were the case, then many of us would have been put in the slammer long ago and maybe even get in the electric chair, I fear. Also, I never want to infringe upon someone else's right, their God-given, Jesus Christ-given right to be annoying because it gives me something to talk about. Without annoying people on the internet, I think a lot of YouTubers would be out of a job, and a lot of YouTubers would be out of a job. So yes, people of the internet, you can say whatever you want, and here's the thing, so can I. So here's the first type of comment that I find to be a little bit annoying. This is an incredibly misinformed, diluted, closed-minded video that fails to mention the complexities of the human experience and psyche, and people like you are the reason why this world has gone to an absolute whirlwind of dog shit.
Did you even watch the video?
No. someone commenting when they haven't watched the entire video or they haven't watched the video at all, or it goes for different mediums too, like they haven't read the article or they haven't read the caption, things like that. I'm like, okay. Oh, that's rich. That is rich. Seriously. And listen, I get that sometimes you don't have to watch an entire video to know that you're going to disagree with that creator or whatever, and maybe you can tell quickly, because sometimes you can tell quickly when someone is a piece of shit. And it's like, yeah, I don't necessarily want to increase their viewer retention.
Hey, what's up, you guys? And today we are going to be talking about how females don't belong in the workforce, and they're only good for breeding purposes, not the ugly ones, though. I believe the ugly ones should be held in some sort of oxygen-devoid chamber where they can't make contact with the outside world.
And awful. Well, hang on. Let's hear them out. And listen, okay, I get it. Not everyone has the attention span or the desire to sit down and watch an entire YouTube video. Yeah, maybe they want to clock in for around like 15 minutes and then everything after that, they're just like, fuck it, you know. If someone comments something on my video that maybe negates the fact that I said something or that I actually did cover a portion of this topic, but it's around like the 52-minute mark or something like that, then I'm kind of just, I give them more grace, because it's like, I mean, I probably wouldn't want to watch me sit down for an hour either, which I'm surprised a lot of you do. But for me personally, right, if I haven't watched something in its entirety, I'm not going to speak as if I have. You know, I'm not going to take time out of my precious God-given days on this earth to comment something negative on something that I haven't even fully seen. You know, like, well, actually, they forgot to mention ABC, XYZ, row, row your boat, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Because here's the thing, maybe they did. And maybe they did. You know, a personal example from me is whenever I post videos that have anything to do with feminism or critiquing the patriarchy, anything like that, which let's face it, there are many things of which to be critiqued, right? I will get, you know, a minority of guys commenting on my videos who I assume are not in my audience, where they're basically like, you're a raging misandrist. You're a raging misandrist and you want to put all us men into a ditch full of piss and bleach. And it's like, baby, I didn't say all that. Like, for example, on my weaponized incompetence video. Oh boy. Oh boy. You know, there were a couple comments from men being like, well, you didn't even mention that women can do this too. And here's the thing, baby, I did. You just didn't watch the entire video, which is fine, right? You know, you're not legally mandated to be watching my content, which honestly, I think the government should get on that. But let us not be hasty, okay? Young keyboard warrior, because I did mention it, and maybe I didn't talk about it in a way that you agree with. Maybe I didn't, you know, paint it in a way as you would like, which that's all valid and fine. But for you to comment like, you didn't even talk about this, you didn't even mention it at all, it's like, well, here's the thing, you're unfortunately wrong. Or I got a lot of comments that were like, this is the most sexist thing I've ever seen, hashtag justice for men. And it's like, I thought I was pretty fair. And I also thought that I was pretty adamant that, like, not all men act like this, and that it's actually very important to note that all men don't act like this, so that way the men who do act like this, they can actually be held culpable for their actions instead of just using the scapegoat of, well, they're a man, they're supposed to act like that, right? Which you would have known if you paid attention during the video. And you know, I'm sure there's people who do watch the entire video, and they still hate me and think I'm wrong, which I respect. Because at least you watched the whole thing, I guess. You know, I am totally open to hearing people's opposing thoughts as long as they are making the effort to hear what I'm saying. And you know, people not liking you, people making snap judgments about you or assuming things, that's just a part of being online, and I totally accept that. But I think with that specific video, I felt like I was the Barbie movie. You know, people or a minority, again, a minority of men who are probably not in my audience were saying like, this is the most misandrous piece of media I've ever freaking seen. I feel like they're hanging men by their shaft in the town square and throwing stones at them. And it's like, I don't know, I thought I was pretty fair. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with genuine critique, right? I think all content creators should be open to that. However, there is a difference between genuine critique and giving your 2 cents when you haven't even stepped into the bank yet. And that's just my personal example, right? But like I mentioned earlier, I understand not wanting to sit through like an entire YouTube video. So these comments, like, yeah, sure, they're a little bit annoying, but they're not like actually affecting my psyche or anything. There's a lot more overt versions of this where you could get someone making a TikTok that's like, hang on, let me think. Like, for example, okay, this isn't really as much of a, hate comment or critique, but you could have someone on Film Talk giving a synopsis about a movie, right? And that's what the entire video is about. And then someone could comment down below, so what is the movie about? My dearly beloved, watch the video. Or on like a mommy vlog TikTok or something, the mom could be going throughout like the meals she makes for her children throughout the day and say she gives her child in the morning like a donut or something. And then someone will comment, you are a terrible mother giving your child only a donut to eat. And it's like, baby, did you see the other meals though? Because the vegetables and the fruits, like, they were still there, just later in the day. Later in the video. Meanwhile, you're about to call Child Protective Services. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's like that that one meme of that woman from Dance Moms who, weirdly enough, I actually met at a meet and greet. Theirs, not my own. That GIF where she's like, no, yeah, I mean, you're entitled to give your wrong opinion.
Why are you entitled, Holly, and not me?
You're entitled to your wrong opinion. That's fine.
Which you are. You are free to give your wrong opinion. I just don't really understand why people want to do that publicly. So when we discuss women in the workforce, what we want— just say you hate women and go. The fuck? Okay, not gonna do that. But anyways, a lot of the times people think about motherhood and being a working woman as— so you think women should be chained to the kitchen? Wow! Go. Can you just listen for a second? That's not something I'm interested in. Okay, then can you keep your comments to yourself? Not interested in that either. Kill yourself. Okay, I'm sorry, can we get someone to escort this lady out of here? So actually, she is allowed to be here and she's allowed to say whatever she wants, pretty much. Another type of comment that I have noticed, especially on TikTok, which I guess I really don't find it annoying. I more just find it maybe funny and slightly questionable, is when someone could be talking about their trauma, the deepest, darkest parts of their life, and they're crying on camera, can barely get a word out, and then someone comments, "Where did you get your shirt?" And it's like, you're not being hateful or rude, hate has no place here, right? It's actually more of a compliment. However, what do you mean I'm bawling and sobbing on camera because my girlfriend cheated on me on our way to our wedding and then left me at the altar and then slammed my fingers into a car door, stole all of my belongings and then set them on fire, and what you take away from that is I need those earrings. And I think most people probably wouldn't take offense to these kinds of comments. Honestly, if I received a comment like that, I think it would actually make me feel a little bit better. Like, my mother disowned me, but at least my purse is serving. My entire family is in the hospital, but at least my bootcut jeans are slay. And I mean, it's just funny because it's like, this is one of those things where you only see it online. I doubt anyone would be doing this in real life. Or at least I hope not. My husband was a very special man. And with him gone, I feel like a part of me is gone too. Where did you get that necklace? What? Your necklace? It's like so cute. I'm like, hashtag need that. Need that. Need it back. My husband got it for me. You can't ask him?
He's dead.
Oh, right. Stupid. Right, sorry. Oh, well, that's not very helpful.
Not only have I lost an amazing husband, but my kids have lost an even greater father.
What about your eyeliner? You're crying like so much and it still looks perfect. I'm like obsessed. Obsessica Alba.
Thank you. I guess.
Obsessica Simpson, Obsessica Chastain, Obsessica Lang. Where the fuck did you get it?
What? Are you serious right now?
Oh, what? Are you a gatekeeper?
What?
God, so fucking annoying. Whatever. Can you at least give me a hair 360?
Fuck.
And now, honestly, this could be an entire video on its own, and I probably will make a video about this, about, you know, how the internet and the nature of it has made people a lot more mean and hateful. So I'll be speaking very generally and very casually here because we're just being casual today. You know, I'm not, casual. Maybe up again. So I'm not going to be giving any reasonings as to why I think this is happening or any anthropological studies, to say the least. But what I can say is that some of you seem to be mean-spirited ghouls who are parched for the tears of those that you hurt. Negativity on, like, any social platform is basically to be expected, right? At least to certain degrees. Except, I don't know, Pinterest, you guys seem pretty peaceful over there. But all the other ones, you know, it can more or less sometimes be a war zone, and that's to be expected. However, the increasing prevalence of just hateful comments I see towards people who are asking a benevolent question, or, you know, genuinely trying to inquire about something, or they're just like having fun and being themselves. You guys are like, not you guys, but like some people in general are professional haters. For example, one of the reasons I am barely on Twitter anymore is because it is a hateful, low vibrational place. And ever since Musky Muskington took it over, it's only been getting worse and worse and worse. Because believe it or not, I know maybe some of you know, I used to be like a platinum tweeter, right? Any thought I had, send it out to the masses. Hear ye, Queen Yappington has another proclamation to make. It was like every 10 fucking minutes. But even when I liked using the app, whenever I would get a semi-viral or fully viral tweet, muted. And you know why? For my mental health. Because I could say something like, I just ate French fry, and then goes viral. 10 hours later, I have some guy from Idaho telling me that if I offed myself, my mother would let out a sigh of relief. Why are we being so mean to each other? Cyberbullying did not stop with Emily Olsen, y'all. Okay, it's gotten worse. If anything, it's definitely gotten worse because, you know, you don't just have people from your school bullying you on your MySpace wall or whatever now. It's like the whole world can chime in. Like, it's not just the cheerleading squad and the football team from Quizzleton High laughing at you, which is already bad enough, but now it's like you can have tens of thousands of people from all different area codes telling you that you're ugly, and then hundreds of people in the replies all agreeing. The power of the internet, right? Now, not only can my classmates bully me, but some random person in Albuquerque can now too. There's a comedian, Caleb Heron, which, first of all, he always talks about how lesbians love him. Trust and believe, I love you. I'm a K-lebrity, K-lesbian, right? But if you ever want me to be on your podcast, actually don't ask me because I'd be so nervous. I'm going to be quaking, shaking, and sharding in that goddamn chair. He has no idea who I am. Anyway, he's mentioned that the hate he gets on the internet, or he's mentioned the hate that he gets on the internet and how people are so mean, and how people, you know, tend to forget that there's another person on the receiving end of all that fucking negativity.
Relax.
Can you be nice? Can you be sweet?
You know what we need? A kindness revolution. Hey, y'all, Just be nice in the comments.
Just be nice in the comments.
I've been trying to look for this clip from his podcast, but in case I can't find it, I'm just going to like paraphrase it here. He was basically talking about how he tries not to be on TikTok because of all the hate comments that eventually do get to you. Because if you have someone commenting something like, "You're stupid and ugly and not funny and I hate you," and then not only has one person commented that, but then you see that it has 15,000 likes. I mean, yeah, like I think that, again, the power of social media. I personally will never understand the type of people who go out of their way to make such hateful, mean comments that are unwarranted and seemingly it's just like they want to prove that they have free speech or something. You know, it's like these people don't even have an angel and a devil on their shoulders. There's just two devils on each shoulder, and each of the devils are hyping each other up, and you're in between hearing in each ear, you know, like, tell them to kill themselves, tell them to kill themselves. Sharing an opinion is one thing, right? But I don't understand what possesses someone to leave hate, especially when it's not warranted, and maybe these people just have like a different threshold for what warranted means, right? Like, I have said negative things about Donald Trump. There, I said it. Put me in the fucking slammer. That's my threshold, right? Being a literal, terrible, awful person in my eyes. For some of these people, their thresholds seem to be like, this person is overweight and happy. Or this person is happy even though their boyfriend is ugly. Which, listen, I think we can all agree that's disappointing, but do we need to publicly comment on it when they are happy? And I've also noticed that a lot of people pride themselves on being haters. You know, like, oh, I'm a grade A hater through and through. Read it and weep, baby. Which, maybe there's nothing wrong with being a hater, like, in private spaces. Sometimes, unfortunately, it is fun to talk shit and gossip in certain ways. But I think when it's publicly online to a stranger that you don't know and you have other strangers corroborating your hate to this stranger that you don't know, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't seem quirky to me. It's not quirked up. Like, no ukulele in sight. Not quirky. I'll see such mean comments that it's like, I swear you people just have like a clinical need to spread hatred. So please, tell me more about your condition. Right, so I was born with something called chronic hateritis, where basically I have to be very mean and hateful towards people, or else I lose circulation and blood flow to all of my vital organs, and I can't help when it happens, so that's unfortunate. Right, yeah. Just like you being born, stupid slut with a dead dog. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh wow, that's hurtful. No, I know. I'm so sorry. I didn't. No, I'm not sorry. Kill yourself. Oh. Okay, well, moving on. So as someone who specializes in chronic hateritis, how prevalent is this condition? Well, with the rise in social media, there's actually been a 3 trillion increase in prevalence. 3 trillion? Yeah. Or something like that. So you've been working with Mrs. Wang to improve her chronic hateritis? Correct. That's wonderful. Okay, and how has that been going? So I'm going to show you an online post, and like we've been practicing, I want you to try and contain your hate, okay? If you had an open casket funeral, everyone's last thought would be how ugly you were. Oh. Great, thank you for that. So here is a picture of a little girl at her 12th birthday party. What are your thoughts? She looks, remember what we practiced. Cute. For someone who should have been aborted. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. That's my niece. Well, I'm gonna wear your jaw open when they bury you, so when I piss on your grave, you'll taste it. And this next type of comment that bothers me just a little bit for some reason is when people see a public figure that they don't know, and then they'll comment below being like, I don't know who that is. Who is that? They need to stop making up new celebrities. They made up a new white guy. And I get that this is like not serious at all, but in my head, I'm just kind of like, well, yeah, you're not gonna know every singer or actor there is on planet Earthica, Because why would you? You know, if you did, I would advise you to get a hobby or two. And here's the thing, right? You know, just because someone isn't relevant or important or a name you recall, right, to you, that doesn't mean that they aren't those things for somebody else. And I guess I don't really understand the point of just being like announcing like I don't know this person, right? It's like, who cares, I guess? I don't know. I guess you can make that argument about anything on the internet. Who fucking cares? Who gives a fuck, right? But I don't know. It just feels like a weird way of kind of trying to put someone down or something. It's just confusing to me. I don't understand why people do it, I guess. And sometimes when people are making these types of comments, they are talking about international celebrities, right? So you have an American, let's face it, most of the time they are American, making a comment like, who is that? Flop. Meanwhile, they have 12 million Instagram followers because they're super famous in India or something like that. For example, Pop Base tweeted, Tini and Rodrigo de Paul have broken up, and then someone quote tweets it saying, they're literally just making up celebrities now, and it has 123,000 likes, and it's like, these people are just not famous in America. And I have no idea if this person is an American, but I'm assuming they're from a country where these people are not as famous or whatever, but they are very, very famous in Argentina. For example, famous Filipino couple Catherine Bernardo and Daniel Padilla had separated after 11 years, and this was fairly earth-shattering news for the Philippines, right? But then, of course, you have people commenting under the post saying, famous couple, literally who? Who? Famous? I promise you, we don't know who they are. Or another example, there was an Italian actor at an Italian film festival and people were making comments like, they're making up a new guy, or they keep making up new celebrities, or I don't know who that is. And there are so many more examples. And I understand that it's all supposed to be a joke, but I guess for me, I'm just like, where's the punchline? Like, okay, you don't know who they are. And what do you want us to do about that? Should we call the mayor? Like, for some reason, it almost reminds me of the bean soup debacle, right? If you guys know or remember what that is. It's like, how can I make this about myself, right? In my eyes, it's just like, okay, if you don't know who the person is, then maybe this isn't for you. But I guess scrolling is just not a viable option for these people. They have an innate need to let the whole world know, hey, I have no idea who this person is. So American presidents who ran for the Democratic Party, for example, Woodrow Wilson, he... Don't know him, flop. Okay. Please don't interrupt class. Anyways, other examples being Lyndon B. Johnson, Jimmy Carter. Who is that? I don't give a fuck. Does it look like I give a fuck? Because I don't. Okay, you don't have to know these people, but you don't have to announce it. Okay, well, freedom of speech, so I can actually say whatever I want. So, yeah, go ahead and when you suck on that. Anyways, Barack Obama. Am I supposed to know who that is? Because I don't, okay? Irrelevant. You don't know who Obama is? So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you all enjoyed having a little bit more of a casual chit chat, basically no research based type video. I think I want to do more of these types of videos where it's like commentary, I guess, but it's also mostly just like me talking with like silly little skits thrown in here and there or whatever. And if you guys have any other types of annoying comments that you've noticed, comment down below because, you know, these were just the ones that like popped into my head when I was writing this video, but I'm curious to know if you guys have any other types. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you get to hug someone today if you like physical touch. If you don't like physical touch, I hope you have some sort of other meaningful interaction with someone today. Okay, great. Thanks for watching. And until next time. Guys, if you want to see my setup, this is literally my setup. My ring light is not even attached to a tripod. I have it stacked against a box of Trader Joe pumpkin cookies, which I can't wait to devour, by the way. Okay.
I'm gonna wire your jaw open when they bury you, so when I piss on your grave.
Ran for the Democratic Party, for example, I keep saying, example, Woodrow Wilson. Oh my God. For example, Woodrow Wilson. Wait, why is that hard to say? Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. For example, Woodrow Wilson. For example, Woodrow Wilson. For example, Woodrow Wilson. Whoa, guys, any theater kids out there? Instead of red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, say, for example, Woodrow Wilson. 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 Okay. Not interested in that either. Kill yourself.